Alright, so you guys want to start off at freakcalls.com. Scroll over to Freak Sounds and drop down, you'll see free sounds downloads. Click on that. Scroll down, you'll see all of our sounds that we've added up to this point. Uh, Designate a category that we recommend each call kind of sits in, but you can customize it however you want. And then we kind of show when these sounds were added. So these at the top are the most recent, and then as you go, it's what we've done in the past. Um, so we'll grab a few sounds here. You want to go over, click download, and we'll grab about 3 sounds here. Those download, and then so you want to go down here to your file explorer. It's a manila folder. Anybody on a Mac computer, you'll see an icon that says Finder, and then you want to click on that, open that up, and then on the left side here, you'll see a Downloads tab. Click that, and that right there is going to be where your sounds were downloaded to. Um, you can put this window off to the side, and then have that ready for when we plug the caller in. First, take the panel off the back of your FREQ collar and plug in your rechargeable battery. With your USB plugged into the computer, plug the other end into the USB-C slot. Okay, now that we have our window up for our downloads, um, let's plug in our collar and flip on the rocker switch. Now some computers will automatically pop up a window. If yours doesn't, we'll go back down to this file explorer, and then we can right click that and then hit file explorer. This will bring us a new window, and then click and drag this down out of the way, and then we'll search here on the left side. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see our FREQ drive, and then this will show the folders of all of our sounds. So now what we can do here is we can highlight one or multiple, however you want to do it. For this, we'll just do one at a time here. And then turf pisser is a coyote sound, coyote vocal. So we will click on it, drag it over, coyote vocal. And then we have gray fox attack. We could throw that under fox. And then siren yokes, that'll be another coyote vocal. Okay, let those copy over, and then we can double click a folder. So we'll have turf pisser in there. This is a duplicate, but for the example we put another one in. And then since we have 50 as the 2-digit sorting for siren notes, we'll scroll down, and then we see siren notes right there. So we set up a predetermined 2-digit code here on these downloaded sounds. You are able to change these however you would like, as long as it is a 2-digit number before the name. So if you want to do that, you can right click, rename, and then change it to say 02, And then at that point, you would click and drag and bring it over to a folder. Now, once you're done with that, you're all set to switch off your rocker switch on your collar. We'll spin it around, disconnect the back cable. Now get both of your units here. We'll switch both of them on. Now, if you did your file transfer correctly, it will switch on to this updating sound files screen. And this will take a little while to go through, but once it's done, we'll check out and make sure we got the sounds in the right spots. Okay, it'll automatically put you back to this screen. So we'll scroll down, get into Coyote Vocals. There's our turf pisser along with the other duplicate that we had. And if you scroll up, you can go all the way down, and there's our 50 slot siren yotes sitting down there at the bottom. So our process worked, and now you can use your call. Okay, so what I have shown here are 5 different sounds. They're all named a little bit different, and some of these will work correctly on the FREQ Call, and some of them will not. For this first one, you're going to want to go no spaces after the first 2 digits of the sorting number. So I'm going to rename all these and show you the best way to go about it. So we'll take these spaces out. So that sound will work properly without those spaces in there. So now this one only has 1 digit, and that won't sort properly on the remote. So what we're going to need to do is add a digit to this, whether you want it 14th on the list. We'll put 14. So then that'll move down to the bottom for the order. This one here has 2 special characters that the system isn't going to be able to recognize. So we'll need to take those out. We could replace them with a space. And now that sound is fixed. Now this next one actually will work. The ampersand is recognized by the unit. So that has the 2 digits before the name with that symbol. That's good to go. And then on this one, 2-digit sorting number, no special characters in the way. That one would be good as well. So all the sounds you see here now are correct and will load properly onto the call. One thing to note, when you move sounds from your computer, whether you downloaded them or got them from a different company or whatever, once you move them, load them onto your call and turn on your unit, if you don't get that updating sounds screen on your remote, there's something wrong with the naming of one of your sounds or a few of your sounds. You'll have to go back into this and change the names, and then once you get that loading screen, that'll signify that you did all your changes correctly. Now, one other thing I want to touch on here, this here is our FREQ Caller drive. You can see up here, FREQ D drive. Now, if you do want to make your own folder, you can. Just right click, go to New, then Folder, then you can make it anything you want. For this, we'll just go New Sounds. Click out of that. Then once you go into this, you can drag in whatever sounds you would want. So we'll just do all 5 here. Copy them over. Then if we go back, that'll alphabetically get sorted into our full list here. So you go back in, they're all there. And then once you connect your system again, your remote and your caller, it should go to the blue syncing symbol, and it'll be getting those new sounds onto your caller. One thing I'd like to go over here is how you're able to move sounds around within a folder on the FREQ caller. So if we were to go into Kyopre, you'll see that some of these numbers aren't exactly starting from 0 and whatnot. So in this case, you can change where the file sits in each folder. So if you really like Blue Jay Peril and you want that at the top, you can rename this 010, whatever you would like. Once you click off, let's go back into it. Blue Jay 01. So that'll be at the top for you now. And then let's say you get a new sound in from the website and you want it to also be at the top. You can rename it to be 01 as well, and it'll just share the spot. So 01 YH Woodpecker, we want that towards the top, so we'll go back, we'll check it out again. 01 YH Woodpecker right there in the second slot. So the 2-digit number is really just a big alphabetical type ordering system where the system is going to read those 2 numbers first. So whatever number they are is wherever they'll end up on the list. So at the bottom, you can even bring Kestrel Attack 66. Let's put that third. So we'll go 02, since we have 2 01s right now. Go back, check it out again. There it is, Kestrel Attack in the 3 spot, but it's technically labeled 02. That's kind of how the system works within the FREQ Call. Okay, let's say you got a file off the internet, or a different company, and it ends up being an MP3 file. So one way you can check and see what it is, left click once and right click, go to properties, and right here type a file, it'll say MP3 file. So if that's the case, it will not play on the FREQ Call in this state. But if you were to go on the internet, type in file converter MP3 to WAV, there's plenty of them out there. You're able to click and drag this file onto that website, and it should convert it to a WAV file. And then if you do that, you should be able to load it onto the caller. But in this case here, if it's named like this, it won't end up successfully loading onto the remote. So what we will need to do is fix this one up. It needs the 2-digit sorting number. So 01, FF is good there. And then this $sign is going to need to change to an S. And then at that point, this file name should be able to be recognized by the unit, and it'll end up showing up on the remote.